All right, welcome to another episode of the Winner's Word podcast. Today we have just the three of us. Mason is sick. Hopefully he feels better, but it's been a bit, so we're back after quite a bit of a hiatus. But we have a lot to get into, including the Utah Jazz being at the top of the NBA standings. We have Steve Nash being fired and being replaced as the head coach for the Brooklyn Nets, and so much more. We'll start off. I think we should start off talking about the whole Steve Nash thing. I feel like that's the most fresh bit of news today. Jock Vaughn has been hired to replace Steve Nash after there were some rumblings about whether it was going to be Ime Udoka. What do you guys think of the hiring? He's already been a coach now for the Nets for a couple games. How do you think he's done, and how do you think it's going to be for the Nets moving forward?
I was really caught off guard when I saw the tweet that they hired Jack Vaughn because there's never been a time where Shams or Woj have tweeted they're like looking to hire Ime and then it didn't happen. Like I thought that was the official, it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Ime's their next coach. And they're like, oh, actually, we're getting Jack Vaughn. So that surprised me. But I feel like with everything going on in Brooklyn, it's probably safer to just keep Jack Vaughn than
Yeah, that's what the reports were saying. It was like they were basically going to hire Ime Udoka. Apparently, Sean Marks and KD wanted Ime Udoka, but at the end of the day, like they were getting a lot of pressure with everything going on. It's like you can't hire Udoka this soon, so that probably played into it. Who knows? We weren't involved in those decisions, but that's what at least is being reported. John, what do you think? Because Udoka, obviously Celtics coach in the past. What do you think about this?
Yeah, they was definitely thirsty for Udoka. Like they was, I thought it was signed, sealed, and delivered. But I saw Josh Vaughn is like, I didn't know he was in the league this long, bro. He's already been a losing coach. Like his record, like he already has like a losing coaching record. Like I forgot the exact number, but he's coached a decent amount of games. So I don't know, but I guess they had to fire Nash. So like I like if they're gonna replace him with anybody and it's not Udoka, I guess Josh Vaughn is the best man for the job. And they have been playing like more inspired basketball with Josh Vaughn under there. I don't think Nets fans understand Udoka would not have saved them and made them a contender, bro. Your team is still trash. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you guys are seeing at in your roster. It's not good. Um, so I think I don't know. I guess good for Josh Vaughn that he got a job, but also like what I'm saying, they
It's
they
not
they
really
definitely
moving
should
the
have.
needle.
Yeah, no,
definitely
it's
not.
not moving the needle one, but also Udoka wasn't moving the needle. So I guess for the Nets, it's whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah, and it's like Udoka was gonna be the defensive whisperer. That's what everyone was saying, but like they just don't have the personnel like to be a great or even good defensive team. So, and
Mm-hmm.
I've been seeing this stat floating around about through the four games that Jock Vaughn's coached this season, the Nets have had the number one bro, come
I
on.
was gonna bring that up.
Come
Well,
on, man. Are we serious? Are we?
Yeah,
We really think the Nets defense just completely transformed when this guy took over? Like, let's be real. Ben Simmons wasn't even playing half those games. Kyrie hasn't been playing in most of those games. Like, come on, man. Like this is not about to be some defensive juggernaut team, man. Regardless,
I agree.
so I feel like it's kind of a situation, and we'll get into them much later because I want to put off the Lakers for as long as possible. But it's kind of like a Darvin Ham situation where this coach is being brought in, and even if he is the absolute biggest mastermind in the world, this team is just not good enough to compete. At the end of
Mm-hmm.
the day. So I mean, they have the talent on their roster to be decent, to be solid, but given Kyrie, we don't even know when he's going to return, if he's ever going to return to the Brooklyn Nets. It's like you're asking him to do a lot, in this situation. You're setting him up to fail, and in a lot of ways, Steve Nash was kind of set up to fail as well. So it'd be
speaking of even if you bring in like some super god head coach, remember when there was a Twitter poll of Brad Stevens or any player in the NBA?
oh yeah, that was
Nets said
so nasty.
Brad Stevens, the most valuable human in basketball.
That's one of the
Yo,
nastiest polls to ever exist, man.
yo,
Because
the Stevens propaganda after we took LeBron to 7 was at an all-time high, bro.
they thought
They
he was
people
Bill Belichick of the NBA. Like,
Yo, people was like, you could put any five out there, and Steven is taking them to the finals. I was like, all right, bro,
that's
let's
crazy.
calm down.
Nasty propaganda.
But I did want to, bro. Like people are like thinking like Kyrie's gonna just come back instantly. He might, but like the way that like it's looking closer to like the 5 games, like that shit's about to be up, bro. Like it's not looking like this man's about to return. So
you know
what's
what
going
game
on?
6 is? You know what game 6 is?
What?
The Lakers.
Hey, he might
But
not play, bro. We don't know what's going on.
I don't
He might
think
not
so.
play.
Yeah, because they asked Sean Marks, and he said basically, "I'll let you know what the update is when there's an update." So it seems there's no update. I know he met with Adam Silver the other day, but it doesn't seem like there's really
And
an
nothing
update.
came out of that, bro. They were just like a positive meeting. What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah,
Is
it's really cryptic.
Is there a live tracker on his to-do list? What he's gotten done?
His mic.
I think the
Slides.
apology is the only thing he did. I
I
don't
know
know
he
about the other.
apologized.
Oh,
I forgot
wait,
what else.
was meeting with Adam Silver on there?
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
it was. Oh, he has to meet with. He has to meet with the owner of the Nets.
Maybe it was like NBA leaders or something.
No, it was Jewish leaders. It was Jewish leaders in the anti-defamation league.
He did the
But,
apology.
yeah, what'd you say?
I'm looking at the list. He had the apology and then complete the anti-hate causes, including a $500K donation toward causes and organizations. He has to do sensitivity training created by the Nets, so maybe he's doing that, and anti-Semitic/anti-hate training designed by the Nets, so he could also be doing that.
Well,
Yeah, bro.
They put the whole situation. It's just they're in a bad situation right now because they publicize the list of things. So if he doesn't do all the things in the list or whatnot, whatever the case may be, it's going to be even more drama. So I think this is going to drag out for a lot longer than these 5 games. You know,
Because, bro, he's supposed to be doing all this, like, sensitivity trainings and meetings with Jewish leaders. Like, bro, how many days does this man have left for his suspension to be over? I don't think that man has done any of those things. I could be wrong, but it's time is clicking, man. Time is ticking.
Sheesh. Yeah. But yeah, y'all got anything else really to say about the Nets? I mean, they got a couple wins in there. KD's had to do some carrying. And then the last game, obviously, the free throw down the stretch and whatnot, a battle with Luka. But they're trying to tread water a little bit until Kyrie gets back.
Choke.
Some made free throws in a row, and then he misses the clutch one.
I was actually hyped. I was like, oh my God, KD's going crazy, man. Of course.
Hey, it happens. It happens to the best of us, man.
It does. But yeah, but I wanted to last thing about the Nets. Like, yeah, the Nets defense isn't moving shit, bro. Nets fans is hype, bro. Look at y'all opponents and look at where they're ranked offensively, bro. Y'all are still horrible on defense, and y'all are gonna get rocked by every good team you play.
Word. All right. Let's transition. I want to talk about the Utah Jazz next. Actually, I mean, I don't know how long we've got to spend on them, but when I was looking back at some of our previous podcasts, we all had the Utah Jazz 15 out of 15 in the NBA. And John, you actually said that you wouldn't be surprised if the Jazz won like 10 games this season. They already got 9.
And he won more.
So they are the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. And we all understood that this was a team that was trying to tank. We didn't know how long some of these players were going to be here. But let's give our flowers early on to the Utah Jazz for how they started. And what do y'all think about some of their key pickups that have actually been pretty good for them?
I love seeing Laurie ball out. I didn't usually the FIBA. Was it FIBA that's this offseason, or was it EuroLeagues?
I think it was EuroLeague.
Yeah.
EuroLeague. That usually doesn't translate, but for Laurie it translated. So I'm happy to see him balling out. But I didn't think, because they have so many solid players, but the rim protection is Jared Vanderbilt and Walker Kessler. So I don't know how that's still working, but that's like the main reason I was low on them. They had solid players, but no defense, but they're playing defense, I guess.
Well, I'm not going to lie.
Or maybe just more offense.
Yeah, their offense has been really good. I believe, if not first, they're one of the top scoring teams in the NBA. My big thing was, and granted, there's still time, I didn't know how long some of these players were even going to be on the team. Like, Jordan Clarkson is still there. Like, some of these guys Mike Conley, like I didn't know these guys were going to still be on the team. And granted, a lot of the picks that they did acquire are not even their own picks, so it doesn't necessarily mean in order for them to have their rebuild that they need to be the team with the lottery pick. But I just assume that they would be trying to go for one of the top prospects like Victor or something, you know. So, but credit to the first year head coach and credit to some of those guys, Colin Sexton off the bench. Malik Beasley is a sniper from three, so they got a lot. They got a lot going for them. Props to see.
Shout out Will Hardy, man.
I feel like they are starting Clarkson and Conley over like Sexton and Malik Beasley, which wouldn't make sense for a rebuilding team. Maybe they're raising trade value and then they'll move them before the deadline and then they'll tank. But I mean,
that's a good point too. Like they're getting the whole league gets the full landscape, but these guys are pretty nice. Like if I'm a contender and I need a piece to take me over the top, I may be giving up a little bit more than I would have given up before, seeing how well they're balling out with the Jazz right now. And then you got a first-year head coach. I'm trying to prove that I can coach in the league. I'm trying to win some games. So
you know where he's from.
Some wins. So yeah, I respect
you know who coached him up.
Maybe he should have been maybe y'all should have held on to him a little longer. Said no, y'all can't interview with the Jazz.
Hey, maybe we should have. But Joe is cooking.
Joe is doing a great job. He's doing a great job.
Shout out to the Jazz for sure. But like I said, there was not 10 wins because I didn't expect Mike Conley and Jordan Clarkson.
Right? No one's clowning you for that. We all thought the Jazz were gonna be trash, man.
Jordan Clarkson's about to be in Utah for life and shit. Like I didn't expect this, man.
Right. So yeah, props to the Jazz. Just wanted to make sure we got that in there. Let's talk about Carter's team, Cleveland Cavaliers.
Sure.
Team is arguably looked like the best team in the NBA so far this season. I mean, shout out to the Bucks. We'll address them a little bit later, but in terms of point differential, the Cavs are number one in the league. And Donovan Mitchell, 30 after 30 after 30. John and I have been preaching Donovan Mitchell for some time now, and then we got Darius Garland back out there hooping, you know. So what do y'all think about the Cavs in terms of the landscape of the Eastern Conference? Do they belong in that favorites conversation?
Have been and continue to be contenders. I had them as a contender before the season. They're still a contender, obviously. Mitchell's been phenomenal, and Darius hasn't even been playing like too well yet. And he missed like half the games. So I think once they're not even like a full swing yet, they're gonna be so good once this season gets going.
Yep. You got Rubio too. Will be coming back from
Rubio needs to come back. Yeah.
Dean Wade to the league.
Dean Wade's good at basketball now. It's awesome. I think Jetty's been decent too.
Yeah, decent. I told y'all said he was decent. Y'all tried to laugh at me.
Jetty sucks a lot. Right now he's decent.
He was in the lab with LeBron, Kawhi, and KD. Only the real begin stuff like that.
Out of that four, he's been maybe the third best out of the group. I mean, this season.
Who's the highest seed right now?
This season? Yeah, I'm just saying. But yeah, no, I definitely think the Cavs have as good of a shot as, well, maybe I won't say as good of a shot, but they're up there with those other teams to potentially come out the East. And hey, if they win a championship, there's crazier things that have happened. You know, that's all I would say in that regard. And I do believe Donovan Mitchell has gotten to the point where we got to really start taking him seriously as a guy that can be a number one option on potentially a championship team, you know? So that's great to see, especially considering there's another guy that I know that is in Minnesota right now. His team is under 500, you know? I'm just saying, you know? So
I saw something today that it was like D'Lo, Ant, McDaniels, Cat, Gobert's the worst 5-man lineup with 100+ minutes.
Yeah, that's tough. I'm not super worried about the Timberwolves though. I mean,
I'm not either. It's just a rough start. They'll figure it out.
Shit, I bet on these niggas tonight. They better, you know what I'm saying, get it done.
It's hard to at first. You got two centers out there. You got Towns running for his life from the perimeter. Like it's gonna take some time to figure out what they need to do for that. Y'all got any other topics that I could potentially throw out here before we have to discuss the dreaded Los Angeles Lakers? You know,
I want to jump back to the Nets. They're up 24-8 on the Knicks right now.
Okay.
Are we moved by that? Are we
I
moving
mean,
on?
thankfully, you guys are better than the Knicks, man. Hey, Nets
Yeah.
fans, you're better than the Knicks, man.
Oh, is Ben Simmons not playing still, or did they bench him?
He
He's on
was,
the.
he
I think
did
he's
come
off
off
the
the
bench.
bench last game. He was on minutes
Okay.
restriction, but
They got Edmund Sumner starting over him. He's hit 3 threes already.
24-8 is kind of crazy, though. I'm not gonna lie. No matter what the teams are, that's kind of crazy.
It's a game of runs, man. Knicks gonna go on their run.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Utah is up 24-15 in the Hawks. Laurie has
Is
6
Trey? Is
points
Trey?
in 9 minutes.
Bro, Laurie's bro. I don't know what type of crack that
Trey
nigga
is
did
playing.
this
Let's
offseason,
go.
bro. I don't know what Laurie did this offseason, but this man is a different animal.
He
This year, bro.
different this year.
I don't know what I genuinely don't know what he did, what he smoked, who he finessed, what lab he went to. But this man is a different player completely, bro. Bro, there was games I was watching with the Cavs. I'm not saying he was trash, but like this is a completely different player. This is a star player, bro. This is like Kristaps. This is like prime Kristaps without the handle.
Yeah. And honestly, Bulls fans were saying when he went to the Cavs that he went to a completely different level. So just imagine what he was like in Chicago, you know? So,
bro, no, I remember his first year, the Laurie Tatum comparisons, because Laurie had like 15 his first year.
what?
Tatum? What are you saying? What for? You were literally saying Kuzma better than Tatum, bro.
Whoa,
You and delusional Lakers fans, bro.
Kuzma had a great. Kuzma put up better numbers than
Stop
Tatum that year.
And we all knew who was better, bro. Stop it.
He did. I'm just saying, production-wise, Kuzma was better.
Right. What happened in the playoffs?
Kuzma could potentially make an All-Star team this year.
He is. I'm not hating on Kuz. I'm just saying.
I capped out my. Nah, he ain't making an All-Star team. Hey, but shout out to Kuzma. But yeah, let's see. We want to talk about. We can talk about it real quick. We'll talk about the Lakers for like 30 seconds, man. Russell Westbrook is balling out, and we got to give him his props. He is playing way better than Ben Simmons. I can admit that. He is thriving in this six-man role, and the Lakers are still hot garbage. They suck. 2-8. But Westbrook, what do y'all think about the way Westbrook's been playing? And does it really mean anything in the grand scheme of things?
I mean, if it gets some wins, they picked up back-to-back wins with Russ off the bench, and then their losing streak was coupled with LeBron and AD missing time, right? So
I think there was one game where they all played and they lost, and then they lost a couple more.
Okay, so
it's hard to keep up with the losses.
Yeah, I think they're still trending up with when they're healthy. So if it's working, they can maybe grab a play-in spot still.
Crazy. Trending up to a play-in
spot. They got to do some climbing. That
is insane. That is insane. I feel bad for y'all, man. But I do want to shout out to Benchbrook, man. He's definitely been doing his thing. Would you say he's been y'all best player coming off the bench?
Oh, off the bench, yeah, 1,000%.
I would agree.
Yeah, I mean, he's
gonna save his career, bro.
He's come in quick, 10, 12 points first quarter. I'm like, dang, Westbrook, and the energy is crazy.
Why is going to the bench helping his fucking 3-point shot? Every game I take like 2 for 3 from 3. Like what?
He's just got a different level of confidence, which is great to see. And I feel like it may have just been a complete reality check. Like, dang, if I don't get right, I might be out the league, you know? And I do see the Westbrook stands are saying this is just what happens when you put the ball in Westbrook's hands, when you let him. I mean, bro, let's be real. He was the starting point guard the whole season, and he was trash last year. Like, we just have to acknowledge that he wasn't playing up to par, and this year he's playing a lot better in a different way. He wasn't playing this well when he was starting this year. He was still playing trash.
No, he was horrible with starting this year. Yeah. I don't get why Russ stands like they pretend that like Westbrook didn't have the second most touches on last year's team. Like, bro, he had the second most touches. Who do y'all think was handling the ball? Russ stands. Malik Monk was not touching the ball more than Westbrook. Austin Reeves was not touching the ball more than Westbrook. Melo, who's spotting up in the corner, is not touching the ball more than Westbrook. Who do y'all think? Stanley Johnson. Who did y'all think was the ball handler, bro? It was
Right.
Russ.
That's
But
what I'm
I
saying.
definitely off the bench, he's definitely been way better. I saw trade AD was trending too. Lakers fans are wilding. If y'all trade AD, y'all future is definitely cooked. He's looked at least better this year. I might have to agree with you. He's out of his prime because it's not looking like 2018, but he's still an elite player. So y'all better not trade him. But Lakers fans were saying trade AD.
There's two things on that. So AD was interviewed. I think it was this morning. I saw the clip where he was basically saying they're asking him what's been so different from year one in LA to like the past couple of years for him personally. And he was talking about how year one we had JaVale McGee, we had Dwight Howard. I was allowed to play the four, and I play a lot better at power forward as opposed to center. I hate when he keeps making
He's
that
still
excuse.
on
I
that?
don't lie. I really hate it. Like, I understand what he's talking about defensively. He gets to roam around a little bit. AD, your defense has been fine this year. It's been great. Like, you've been one of the top defenders in the league. The Lakers have actually been competent to good to great on defense. The problem is you're scoring. And you're coming out here scoring 15, even 19 points in the first half. And then fourth quarter,
2 points in the
where are
second.
you at? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're ending the game with 22 points. Like, we need more aggression. We need you to find where your jump shot is. I don't think playing center is going to help you versus power forward or whatever. That make you shoot the ball better? Like, I hate that.
I thought that
I hate
nigga was
excuse.
working with lethal shooter, bro. What happened, AD? What happened, bro?
Sheesh. Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
he
it's-
actually was an average shooter. Now it's just horrible. Like, bro, no one needs to guard AD at the 3-point line or barely need to guard him in the mid-range.
Yeah, it's getting really bad. And then I saw Stephen A. Smith today, right before we were about to start the pod. I saw Stephen A.'s trade suggestion. He had a killer mock trade that's gonna
Who is it for?
blow your mind between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Golden State Warriors.
Oh God.
With Anthony Davis. And the trade was AD to Golden State for Draymond Green and Klay Thompson. Like, are we serious right now? Are we actually serious? Draymond Green and Klay Thompson? Is this like 2016? What are we talking about?
This man Clay's going to have 25 threes attempted per game.
Jesus Christ.
He's shooting all the Lakers threes.
Yeah,
That, bro, I swear, Stephen A, man, I get you like the Warriors, bro, but come on, man. What is this? And honestly, that's not even that great of a trade for the Warriors, too. If we're being honest.
Steph, Poole, Wiggins, AD. I'm forgetting that.
I'm not gonna lie. That might be the Warriors might be cooking with that.
I mean, they would be cooking. But I'm just saying, like,
Draymond is a huge part of the Warriors. Like, that's the only thing that hurts. Clay, I'm not really moved about, but Draymond is definitely.
You can plug Poole in for the Clay spot, and then you can put Looney in, and AD can play the 4. There you go.
Yeah, so
yeah,
literally. Stephen A's just trying to cook up more rings for Golden State. That's what he's doing. All right, I see it. I see it. Do we want to talk about Golden State quickly? Are we super worried about their struggles this season? They're 4-7, and there's been some defensive issues. There's been some talks with Bob Myers saying like the young guys and the veterans aren't always on the same page. Like, what do we think about this team coming off a championship, no less, on the road, losing a lot of games to some pretty subpar teams?
I think I've seen the James Wiseman minutes have been brutal, so probably just take those minutes away, and then it'll probably be a positive impact. Send him to the G League, get his 2K rating up, like to have him back in the playoffs.
True.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm not really super worried about Golden State.
I don't want niggas to get mad, but I think I saw like a Warriors fan say they would have lost last year if Wiseman played. And I actually had to really think about that. I had to really think about that because if Wiseman was healthy from the start of the season, like all their rotations are different, all their lineups are different. I don't think Wiseman is going to get phased out their team. I think they have to just fucking figure out how to work with this man. But I honestly was thinking that, bro. If Wiseman played last year, y'all think the Warriors are still winning?
It's tough to say because I've been one to like say like let's give Wiseman some time type thing, but now that we're already into another season and it's been like 10 plus games, almost like 15, it's like at what point is like all right, Wiseman, you got to
Yeah,
start hooping.
literally.
You know what I mean? So if you would have had all of last year, I don't know. Like truthfully, I don't know because I just haven't seen that much from Wiseman. If the Warriors were smart and Steve Kerr was smart, he would have probably had to realize come playoff time that Wiseman's just not getting minutes
Can't play.
in the
Can't be in
rotation,
the rotation.
even if he was healthy. So I think they would still probably figure out a combination that would be good enough to win. But if he was playing minutes, that definitely does hurt their team, at least from what we've seen so far out of Wiseman. So
It's been the same as rookie year too. So it's like at
Yeah.
one point when he went down his rookie year, that's when the Warriors started turning up, and that's literally the only reason they were the 7th seed, or they went on that crazy run to get into the play-in. But man, it's looking scary for him. I don't think he's a bad player. It's just the fit is just very bad. Like it's looking tough. Looney just fits better.
Yeah, no, it's really true. It's really true. Sometimes, especially for a role player, like your fit matters almost as much, if not more, than like whatever potential you may have or individual talent and whatnot. Which is what a lot of people are saying right now about Jordan Poole. He's got to pick it up a little bit, given his slow start. But I think he'll be fine. He's proven himself. Um,
It's a lot of cooks in the kitchen. I get Poole is not a selfish player. I respect that about him. Any guy that can create their own shot could be as selfish as hell and try and like hijack the team every time they're on the floor. So I respect that from Poole. I think he does need to play better, but I respect the fact that he never hijacks the offense.
yeah, yeah. All right, let's get some quick. I know it's early. Let's get some quick MVP talk in there. Who do y'all? I know, Carter. There was some positive takes and some pushback from your post about MVP.
Oh yeah.
I want to know what y'all think about MVP right now. 15 or so games.
I think as of this moment, after Luka had an off game like just now and lost to the Magic, I'll probably bump Giannis back to one. But prior to
I
that,
didn't even see that.
I had Luka one.
What? How bad did he play?
I only saw he had 24 points.
Oh, so
24
30-point streak.
Oh, 9 for 29, 2 for 11 for 3. Yeah, okay. That's just an
Rip is
off
30
game.
points,
That's
man.
an off
This
game.
is-
He plays tomorrow. He plays tomorrow versus the Wizards.
So I'll go Giannis 1 right now, and then Luka 2, and then I have Mitchell 3.
Okay. I think that's Luka's first game under 30 points all season.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, Luka's been balling out. John, what about you? Who would be your MVP?
Giannis, Luka, and then Tatum at 3.
Bro, are you serious?
What you
I
mean,
had
bro?
Tatum 4, but like,
What do you mean? All right.
No, are you
Fuck that. What do you
seeing
mean?
what
What do I
Donovan?
mean?
Are you seeing what Donovan Mitchell
Are you
is
seeing what
doing right
Jason
now?
Tatum is doing? Are you seeing what
Bro,
Donovan is my
bro.
guy? Let's not don't even try and put me against Donovan.
I'm
But
not.
are you seeing what Tatum is doing?
I am, but
We're
it's just
7
not
and
as
3.
good
Why
as
you-
what it's not as good as what Donovan's doing.
In what direction? Tatum is better offensively and defensively than Donovan.
How?
okay,
What do
well,
you mean how? He's
How
averaging
is he better offensively?
No, yeah, my bad. But Tatum is still averaging 30. What is he averaging? 38 and 4 on 50
Mitchell.
on I think like 50, almost 50, 40, 80 splits. That's what he's averaging right now. And he's
they're
playing elite
averaging
defense,
they're
and we're
averaging the
7 and
same
3.
points on virtually the same efficiency. Tatum's got
Okay.
0.4 higher true shooting. And then Mitchell's
54
got 2 assists.
Mitchell's at 54 from 3, or 45 from 3, 50 from the field, 86 free throw, 6 assists.
That's disgusting.
6
I
assists.
have him at 4. That's nice.
Darius Garland hasn't even been playing most of the season, and Cavs are 2 seed.
That's fine. The
I
Cavs have a
would
great
put him
team.
as high
The
as
Cavs.
personally-
All right. First of all, without Garland, the Cavs still have a great team. Like, let's not even act
They
like
do,
the
but I'm
Cavs.
just saying.
Let's not act like Mitchell is with G Leaguers when Garland is out. That's just not the case.
I'm just saying he's doing a lot of the load on offense.
He
He's
is. I agree.
top of the league in minutes, and he's been the point guard and the lead scorer. That's
I
big.
agree.
That's big.
I'm not taking it. I just have Tatum above him. And
Tatum
you're
is
talking about-
respectable.
And the
to
fact
be-
that the fact that you were appalled by it is disrespectful.
Nah, it's just because I know where it's coming from. This is the Boston bias talking. This is the Boston bias talking.
This is disgusting.
I get it, bro.
Because every time I slander the Celtics and speak down on the Celtics, y'all hype it up. But now I say Tatum's top 3 in MVP. That's Celtics bias. That's Celtics bias. Oh,
but also for me though, I have Mitchell above even Luka personally. Like,
okay,
I can see that.
So what is you? Giannis, Mitchell, Luka?
Giannis, Mitchell, Luka would be mine.
So Tatum is your 4, and you were crying about that.
Tatum is. What did I say? Tatum
was my 4.
Who's your 4?
Ja Morant. What's the issue?
All right, bro.
What's the issue?
All right, bro.
You want me to keep going? You want me to keep? I can keep going,
bro. You're a troll. I'm not.
You're gonna say Trae Young?
I'm not talking. Huh?
Dame Dollar, anyone?
Dame played like 6 games.
Yo, you're shameless. I'm not gonna continue this conversation, bro. You got it, bro. Keep going.
Shai Gilgeous? Nah, let me stop.
Tatum's definitely over Ja at this point.
Tatum just beat Ja, and I fuck with Ja. Tatum just shot 39 in Ja's crib and won. What's up, bro?
Hey, bro, Ja had a dang good game that game. He almost had a trip.
He did. He was the only reason Memphis was in that game.
Coach was tripping. Coach should have played him more minutes. But yeah, that's true. Tatum's defense, I'll give him tremendous credit on that. He was late game. Mm-hmm. He was guarding Ja head up, and he was taking that.
He's been our best defender this year, definitely. So, better than Marcus Smart.
Which is a problem because y'all are like 23rd in defense, but we're not.
No, I did want to. I literally wrote that in my notes, bro. Our defense is worrying me, and it's like niggas like Marcus Smart aren't really liking in this year. I'm kind of confused what's going on. I don't know. Smart won his defensive player of the year, and it's like, yeah, I'm just not going to be defensive player of the year type player no more. I'm about to just take some plays off. Like, no, bro, you need to keep locking up. His assist in offense has been decent, but I need
his game versus Memphis was crazy, dog.
Oh
yeah,
no,
12 assists,
bro. His passing has taken another jump this season. I'm happy there, but bro, you got to get back into DPOY because we need to be locking up. When Rob gets back, that'll help, but we need to be locking up. 23rd in defense is not gonna cut it, bro. We can't be like like the Brooklyn Nets. Like we can't be some garbage ass defense, bro. We gotta lock in for real.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think it's time for my my panic or not segment. So we're gonna go through some of the teams that we may or may not have mentioned, and we're gonna decide whether these teams should press the panic button or if it's too early to trip too much. Now, the first team is the team that I went on this pod and said was my championship team, the Philadelphia 76ers, who are now without James Harden for about a month. They just got Joel Embiid back. They've had a really shaky start to the season, even with everybody healthy. So are you guys panicking on the Sixers or not?
I'd say no. I mean, maybe their record won't be great by the time Harden gets back, but I think once Harden's back, they'll be fine.
John, what about you?
I'm panicking. If you say the Sixers are contenders, then there's nothing that they've shown me this year that they're contenders. It looks like they're about to be out in the second round against Boston or Milwaukee. I'm not moved by anything I've seen this year from them. Besides Harden being back, their defense doesn't look good when all of them are playing. I don't know how they're going to fix that.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to fix that. So we'll see. But, yeah, no, I'm definitely concerned about Philly.
I was concerned, but lately Doc Rivers has finally got his head out of his behind, and he's starting to play Matisse Thybulle and Paul Reed more off the bench, and I do think that's going to help their defense a lot. I would be panicked if James Harden comes back and it's like, dang, all that positive progress is not there anymore. But as long as James Harden's right, Joel Embiid, the way Tyrese Maxey has been playing this year, I still think the Sixers have enough to be contenders. So I'm not yet ready to panic, but there's some moments in there that have been rough for sure. Next up,
Spurs walked into the trap and took over the trap.
Spurs have been doing some things this year.
Keldon averaging what, 23, bro?
Something like
Keldon
that.
and Vassell are both really nice.
Next up is my team in the Western Conference, the Golden State Warriors. They obviously, we touched on how they've been slow to start the year. Are you panicking or not on Golden State?
They'll be good.
They'll be fine. John?
Yeah, they'll be all right. I'm not.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Especially if they lost that Kings game, I would have really thought that they would have been cooked.
They could have
That-
lost that Kings
They
game.
could have lost it, but I think
Herder got
the Celtics-
fouled.
Yeah,
Got
he
hacked.
definitely did get hacked. But I think they'll be able to carry that momentum. But losing like what was that going to be like 6 straight at
Yep.
home to like an under 500 team, that would have been tough. But I think since they got that win, their Saxon wins come go forward.
Yeah, I hear that. Next up would be the Brooklyn Nets. We're playing right now. Are you guys panicking or not?
I'm panicking. That's like the one team that was contending in the preseason that I'm panicking on now.
John, what about
They
you?
don't look good.
Hey, I already called the cops, bro. I'm scared for my life.
Yeah,
I called everybody I could, every emergency contact on my phone, bro. These niggas is scaring the fuck out of me.
And it's
I'm
clear that
panicking.
the Nets pressed the panic button themselves. They fired their head coach. I mean, there's no more way to panic than to do that, you know? So,
Bro, and Nets fans are so like, and I hate but they're so delusional. Like they KD, Kyrie, 7-Eleven, they're taking us. No. KD is leaving this offseason, and so is Kyrie, bro. It's
you
done.
sure it's gonna be the offseason? It's gonna be the trade deadline.
I don't know who's gonna trade for Kyrie at the trade deadline, to be honest.
What
Like
about
that's
KD?
30.
What about KD?
Nah. Nets gonna wait till the offseason to get as much as they can for him.
Next up would be the Los Angeles Lakers. I think we all were kind of panicking going into the season, but are you guys panicking or not about the Lakers?
Panicking.
In terms of contending, yeah. In terms of like being mid, no, I think they can still be mid.
They still got that potential to be mid, man. Yeah. Nah, but last year was arguably one of the biggest disappointments in the history of the NBA. And it seems like it could be even worse this year. So, yeah, that's a little bit of a
How many
panic.
top 75 players did y'all have? How many?
2.5.
What? You're not gonna count Melo?
Oh, last year. Oh, yeah, like maybe 4 or 5. It should have been 5 because Dwight Howard. But next up, the Miami Heat. You know, Jimmy Butler, Bam, and them boys are struggling to start the season. They are 4-7 as well. You guys panicking or not on the Miami Heat?
Probably not, just because how early it is. I wasn't super high on them going into the season. I think I still call them a contender out of respect for their 1 seed and Eastern Conference Finals run.
Yeah.
But I mean, they didn't make any improvements in the offseason, and I guess it's showing a bit.
Yeah, that's kind of what we all said about them, that they didn't really get better. John, what about you?
I don't think I agree with what we just said, but I'm not really panicking. Jimmy was like, I don't give a fuck what record we are. We're winning the championship.
I saw that.
I feel like that. Like when you have like leaders who it's like when you have players who say stuff like that, I feel like that will definitely keep the team morale high. I think right now they're just going through a rough patch. They're trying to figure out how to play heroes and start in the lineup. But I think overall, for where I had them preseason, like I'm not really moved. I want to hate on them because Udonis makes me hate the Heat again when he dissed Pierce and KG. But I think.
I mean, he was not wrong. Udonis was speaking nothing but facts, man.
All right, bro. Just remember where Pierce and KG got their only ring from. It was off y'all expense.
Hey, Kobe's. Hey, man, rest in peace. Let's see. But Kobe got him back, so it's all good. I'm not really panicking. I had them as a 6 seed. So they can still be a 6 seed. That's cool. And you're right with what you said about the leaders. Let's see. Next up, we got the Los Angeles Clippers. Kawhi Leonard does not play for them anymore. Maybe he does. I don't know what the deal is with him. But are you panicking or not? That was John's. I think that was your finals pick. Are you panicking or not on the Los Angeles Clippers?
I'm panicking, but it's not really anything that I'm watching from them. It's just besides their offense, which I think will be better if Kawhi's my only concern with this team, bro. I thought he was gonna be healthy and shit.
Right.
But they saying, bro, they pushing his shit back every day. Like I'm like, what's up? When is this man gonna play basketball? I know it's degenerative and that they have to take care of his shit perfectly, but it's like, bro, if his shit is really this cooked, I don't know how on earth they can even dream about winning a championship. We are like, it's all on Kawhi. If Kawhi is back 100%, then I'm fine with them. But if he's gonna keep dangling around this season, bro, it's gonna be tough for him.
Yeah, same thing. If Kawhi plays, they're fine. If he's gonna be in and out of the lineup all year, or just out of the lineup all year, then they're pretty screwed.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think we all are in agreement there. I thought at the beginning of the season, maybe the Clippers could have done a little bit better without Kawhi, because they have proven that they can be a playoff caliber team with just Paul George. They went to the conference finals, and a lot of that playoff run, it was Paul George leading the way. So they still have a really good team without Kawhi, but at some point you got to get Kawhi back on that court, and you're not going to compete for a championship without him. I think that's pretty obvious. And then we got, two more teams. Next up, the New Orleans Pelicans. A lot of us were high on the Pelicans going into the season. I wish Mason could have been here for this one, but are y'all panicking or not on the Pelicans? They're a 500 team right now, but they could be doing potentially a little bit better.
They've missed Ingram for 4 games. I don't know. I think it's
Zion.
Where it's a little too early.
That's part of it too. Like Zion stay healthy, that type of thing.
That is true.
I'm not panicking.
Fine. Yeah, they'll be just fine.
I'm not panicking either. They've dealt with very key injuries. Herb Jones was out for a couple games. Ingram, Zion. The only thing that kind of concerns me is their defense, but overall, I think they'll be okay.
Okay. And then we got one last team, Rudy Gobert's Minnesota. No, let me stop. It's not Gobert. The Minnesota Timberwolves, man. Are we panicking or not on the Timberwolves?
I don't think so. I think the double center just needs some adjustment time, and then they'll be a solid team, solid playoff team. I don't know if I'm going to call them a contender at their peak anymore, but they'll be solid once they figure it out.
Yeah, I just want Anthony Edwards to be happy, man. He's coming out here in post game, all these comments, man. He's tired of having the clog paint. He can't even dunk the basketball, man. I just feel kind of bad for Anthony Edwards, man. He gotta play better though himself. But the whole team, they'll be all right. I think they'll be all right. Maybe we were a little bit high on them, having them all like a top 4 seed, but they should still be a playoff team for sure. But yeah,
I'll let you know this: if they lose today, then I'll definitely be panicking on them. If they lose to the Suns,
the Suns are a good team though.
No, Chris Paul.
they're a good team, but no CP, no
Cam Johnson.
Oh yeah, Cam got
the Timberwolves have lost 5 straight to the Phoenix, or 5 or 6 straight to the Suns. So if they can't get it done today at home, bro, they're done.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's an interesting proclamation this early.
Winner go home tonight.
Hey, that's my betting intuition, bro.
Just pack them up. Just pack it up and try again next year.
NBA winner go home. The season is gonna be over if they don't win today in November, bro. I'm sorry. Season over in November.
Y'all got anything else? Or we good to wrap this up? I think this was a good episode, y'all. But yeah, that's gonna do it. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.